Oh, the camera's on the wrong side of the boat.
Holy hell! Hi guys,
We're going out
we're Tery.
with Tery. Yeah,
Right.
we
Push on
were
through.
going to go out and do man overboard.
But we got carried away, and I say Nick got carried
I
away.
got very carried
And
away.
then Tery encouraged him even more. Because they both like playing with strings and cloth. So we ended up getting a Spinnaker up.
Yeah, we did two
I've
big
never
runs.
ever been on a boat with a Spinnaker up before.
Whoop whoop.
Ever.
Hi guys, welcome to Sailing Lucy and Nick. We are jumping back in time here to some footage we took last year with our friend Tery, also known as the Bumbling Sailor. We planned on taking the boat out to do some man overboard drills and then got distracted with a Spinnaker that we had acquired. In August, we are leaving the UK to sail to Australia on a Bavaria 46 sailing yacht, and we will be following the trade wind routes to the Caribbean, Panama, and then on to French Polynesia with hopefully stable winds. Fingers well and truly crossed on this one. Keep watching to hear about our sail setup for this trip, and if you're enjoying this video so far, then give us a like and subscribe, as it's a free way to support our little up and coming channel. Cheers guys! Here you can see Nick and I hoisting our Spinnaker. We are hoisting it using the Spinnaker halyard, which is simply the rope that leads to the top of the mast and is designated for a Spinnaker or any light downwind sail that doesn't stay up there permanently. This Spinnaker, which we acquired, is encased in what's called a Spinnaker sock, much like a sausage. The sock is simply made from light wind fabric and is designed to keep the Spinnaker inside it until you're ready to use it. You will also see that there is a rope dangling out of the sausage which runs all the way to a pulley at the top of the sock. Nick will pull on the rope to raise and lower the toilet seat, or at least we call it the toilet seat. By raising the toilet seat and pulling on the sheet line, the sail then fills with wind and Bob's your uncle.
Oh, the camera's on the wrong side of the boat.
Holy fucking hell!
I can't see it. Wow!
Our stomach line might be too short.
Now, as you can see, we are quite excited by the Spinnaker. It is a sail that's not used as commonly, it's colourful, it takes a bit more preparation, and I think it's quite rewarding when it goes up and comes out straight away. So yeah, we enjoyed it.
We're quite far downwind.
Now, we went downwind, then we ran into Portland Harbour Wall. Well, not physically. So we turned back upwind and then decided to hoist again. So here's Tery hoisting the sail with the halyard, pulling through the halyard, and then you'll also see him then adjusting the sheet just off to the left-hand side of the screen.
Yeah? That a bit better or down a touch?
I've already taken it on the tackle.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Might be able to ease off because you don't need the halyard to
Oh wait, Tery is.
Tery's on the sheet.
Now this Spinnaker looks a little bit funny on our boat, and that's because it is quite small. Billows is a 36-foot sailing yacht, and I reckon that this Spinnaker would be perfect for a 33-foot sailing yacht with a slightly smaller mast. And funny enough, just over a year later, we are now giving the sail to Tery to use on his Nicholson 33 for his adventures sailing to Australia and beyond.
No. If I steer from this side, it's a bit like having a tiller.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You can see in the video that the tack of the sail is on a strop, and that means it extends about a metre off the anchor roller, and that it is still a few metres short of the top of the mast. Normally, Spinnakers will be large enough to hoist fully to the top of the mast and sit just clear of the guardrails at the bow of the boat. However, one benefit of having a smaller Spinnaker to practice on is that there isn't as much to go wrong. Less sail area means that there is less fabric to pull back onto the boat in case it rips. Nick and I have sailed on a much larger boat and had a Spinnaker rip before. Now that was a lot of fabric to get back on board, especially when it's wet.
In racing, I think they're called an in-fucker. You have in fuckers and out fuckers.
Tell me when they want it.
A good spinnaker and used in the right winds will have a much smaller chance of ripping. However, spinnakers typically are made of very light sail material and are used in light winds when going downwind. If they get sun damaged or a small tear, or the wind picks up unexpectedly, or if they are sheeted on too much, then you risk damaging the sail.
2 meters longer.
A lot of the sailing we are about to embark on will be sailing with the trade winds. These are largely predictable winds that funnel across the Atlantic and Pacific in a steady direction and enables boats to sail downwind, meaning that the wind is behind you a large proportion of the way. This typically means following seas and that you'll have opportunities to use spinnakers.
Yeah.
There are a few different types of spinnakers. Now, the sail you have seen so far is an asymmetrical spinnaker, often called an A-sail. This one looks more like a stretched out genoa and is attached to the front of the boat. In our case, the bow cleat and anchor roller, however, is usually on a bowsprit so that it clears the guardrails. It's easier to handle, doesn't need a pole, and is perfect for sailing at slightly wider angles to the wind rather than straight downwind. These sails are really common because they're simpler and safer, especially for smaller crews.
Might need going a little lighter on.
Flapping material.
Now, you might have heard the term Genica. This is basically a crossover between a genoa or a jib and an asymmetrical spinnaker. It's designed for cruising sailors who want extra speed without all the complexity. And if I am correct, but I may not be, it's also a thicker type of fabric. They are also specialised racing sails like Code Zeros that blur the line between spinnakers and head sails. There is also a type of spinnaker called a symmetrical spinnaker. This sail is the same shape on both sides and is flown using a spinnaker pole which is attached to the mast. It's ideal for sailing deep downwind, meaning the wind is almost directly behind you. But it also comes with a few difficulties. It requires more crew skills because you need to manage the pole when turning or jibing. It's also powerful and can go wrong a lot quicker, in my opinion. This is the sail that we currently have on the yacht that we're planning to go sailing to Australia on. So you may be wondering why we are going with the trickier spinnaker to handle. And that's a good question. We're still yet to fully decide what our plan of action is, however we have a couple of options to consider. The first option, which Nick has been doing a lot of research on, is a twin head sail, also sometimes called wing-on-wing. This is when you hoist a secondary genoa on your forestay in the secondary track on the furler. This could work well for us as the boat comes with a spare set of sails, so we wouldn't need to purchase anything extra. Another option is to get a sock to use with the original symmetrical spinnaker. Realistically, once we get practice with using a spinnaker pole, then it should become easier with a sock to help contain the fabric when hoisting and lowering. We could also look at buying an asymmetric spinnaker in a sock, much like the one we are giving to Tery. However, we haven't quite budgeted for this, so it may be a purchase we make later down the line. The other option is that we just go with our genoa and mainsail setup and make that work.
Should we come up? See what it does in like a broad reef?
No, let's not push it, Nate.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Let's not push it. Is that how you're supposed to put spinnakers in their bags?
What would the difference be?
No.
Ready? Could you open open the bag.
Just stuff it. Saying you want a hand?
Well, I suppose if you're filming, you can just stand there and film me instead.
I got the easy job.
There we go. Put the
Yeah,
nappy
the
in.
toilet seat.
Put the toilet seat in at the end.
Oh, we haven't even taken the oh no, the sheet is off.
Sheets off it came with a tap line.
Done. Easy.
Done and done.
Happy?
Yeah, very.
Just a bit small.
Oh, I mean, it was undersized for us, but I think we're undersized in our experience. So
So it's actually
I
perfect.
think it's probably the right size.
It's good for now. Well, Spinnaker's packed away. That's about it for now. Next episode's going to be our electrical install, so stay tuned for a total different ball game. But yeah, you'll find more about our sail setup once we head off and actually start experiencing it. Thanks for watching. That was a boop.